Welcome back. In today's video I'll be showing you how to set up your new iPhone. As part of the setup I'll also include how you can transfer all the data from your old iPhone, which should speed up the setup by bringing across most of your custom settings and layouts. And of course all the photos, videos, contacts and more. Let's get into it. First I'll show you how to prepare your old iPhone to bring the data across. You could use the Quick Start option to transfer data and setup if this appears, but for this video I'll show you how to create an iCloud backup to use for your new iPhone. So you can still follow this even if you don't have your old iPhone right now, just as long as you have a recent enough backup. If you don't think you have enough iCloud storage, then don't worry, as I'll also include a section on how to access free unlimited temporary storage that Apple offers to allow you to set up your new device. To create a recent backup on your old iPhone, first open the Settings app on your old device if you still have it, and then tap on your Apple profile name at the top of the page. Now scroll down on here and select iCloud, and now choose iCloud Backup in the Device Backups section. Make sure the toggle switch is enabled next to where it says Backup this iPhone, and now check the date and time of the last successful backup. If this is recent enough, then you can move on to the next step or tap on Backup Now to create a more recent backup. If you tap on the backup next to this iPhone's name at the bottom, you can check that everything is backed up as expected. If not, make sure these toggle switches are enabled, and you can then create a new backup by tapping on Backup Now on the main page. Bear in mind this could take a while, and if you want or don't want to use cellular data, you can use the toggle switch to choose this. Allow your device to back up and check that the date and time of the backup is current once it's done, and if it is, you're ready to move on. If you don't have enough iCloud storage, here's how you can access the free temporary storage. You can skip this section if you've already backed up your device. Open the Settings app on your old device and then tap on General. Within here, scroll down to the bottom and tap on Transfer or Reset iPhone. On this page, look for the message at the top called Prepare for New iPhone and tap on Get Started. Now choose Get Started again. If you have any options asking you to enable iCloud or backups, make sure these are turned on and allow any apps to use iCloud if you want data from these transferred. Continue through the steps until you are on the page that says Done and allow the backup to complete. You might now want to go through the method in the last step to see your backup's date and time and check its progress. We're now ready to switch our attention to the new device. You can unbox it now, but before powering it on, you might want to insert your SIM card if it's a physical SIM. If you use an eSIM, keep an eye out during the setup for an eSIM option. I'll leave a link in the description with a helpful article from Apple showing more information on how to transfer or set up eSIMs. Once unboxed and with the SIM inserted, you can power on your new device for the first time. The first page that appears will be the Hello page. If you have your old device nearby with Bluetooth, you may see a pop-up on your old device called Set Up New iPhone. You can use this method if you like, but as mentioned, we'll be using the iCloud option, so you can choose to follow this or ignore it. On your new device, first choose your country or region. You may have some appearance options to customize, or you might just be on the Wi-Fi screen. Here you need to connect to your Wi-Fi network, so find it on the list, then tap on it and enter the password to connect. Once connected, allow your device to activate. This may take a few seconds. In the meantime, it's worth mentioning that the order of things may slightly differ in your case, so don't be alarmed if we get to a page you're not yet on. Also, depending on how you've set up your previous device, there may be extra steps, such as those relating to iOS beta updates. Next, read the data and privacy statement and continue. You can now set up Face ID. You can choose to set this up later if you want. If you tap on Continue to set it up now, all you need to do is hold the camera to your face and then move your head to the left and right to capture the required area. After this, you can choose to set up Face ID with a mask or skip this with the blue option near the bottom. You now need to create a passcode for your new device. Enter the code you want to use and then confirm it by entering it again. You should now be on the page called Transfer Your Apps and Data. For this tutorial, we'll be using the iCloud option, so tap on this. After tapping on iCloud, you now need to log into your Apple account. Make sure this is the Apple account that you use on your old iPhone in order to get the old backup. Enter your email and then password and continue. You may need to verify your login by entering the code as it requires. Agree to the terms and continue. Your new device should now sign in, and then you'll see a list of backups to choose from. Make sure you choose the backup we created earlier for this. Check the date and time to be sure and tap on it. Next, you can check everything that will be transferred by looking in each of the sections. If this looks fine, tap on continue. At this point, if you had any cards in your wallet on your old device, you'll now need to verify them for your new device. Enter the security code, tap on next, then agree to the terms, and now you may need to verify this with your bank, and the options to do so may vary. For me, I can get a call, text, or use the app. Tap on your preferred option and follow the instructions. Once added, you may get an email from your bank confirming that your card has been added to a new device. If you're required to use your mobile banking app to verify, you might need to do this later if you don't have another device to do it on. The next setup page is Siri. Once again, you can skip this and do it later, but if you set it up now, all you need to do is tap on continue and then read aloud the 5 phrases displayed on screen. Once this is done, there's a few data collection pages to get through. For each of these, you should be able to opt out by tapping on Not Now or Don't Share. These pages are Siri and Dictation and iPhone Analytics. If you were previously part of the iOS beta program, you might now have the option to continue in the program or not. You may be required to continue in the program to transfer data if the iCloud backup was completed in a beta build. Next, you can tap on Continue after reading the emergency SOS options, and now if there are any software updates required, you'll need to install these, so tap on Update Now and then enter your passcode. It's likely that this will take a while, so you may want to have a charger nearby just in case the battery gets low. If your device required an update, it will need to restart to finish it, which it will do automatically. Once the update has installed, or if it didn't need to, continue through the remaining pages. These might include appearance settings, automatic update options, iPhone Analytics, and App Analytics. Keep an eye out if you want to opt out or not share any of these if the option is there. Eventually, you'll be on the Restore from iCloud page. Here you'll need to wait for the first part of the transfer to complete. This could take a while depending on the amount of data to be transferred and the speed of your Wi-Fi. Once your device makes it through this, there could be more setup pages, so work through these. There could be some of the ones I've already mentioned if you hadn't got them yet. If you have an iPhone 15 or newer, you'll see some of the new features explained. Tap on Continue to move through these pages. You should now be on your new iPhone and everything should look familiar with your background and layout. You'll need to wait for the full transfer of all your data, so don't be alarmed if some of your apps haven't been installed yet or if data seems to be missing. In the settings on your new iPhone, you'll see the progress of the transfer from iCloud in the Restore in Progress section near the top, so keep an eye on this to see how much data has been moved. Once this is complete, I'd recommend checking through your new phone to see that everything has been transferred across before you choose to delete any data on your old device. You can of course leave the data on your old device for as long as you want, but obviously you may want to reset it if you want to sell the old device. You should now be ready to go on your new iPhone, and you can continue customizing your new device in the settings, check out the new features, and use it as normal. That's how to set up your new iPhone and transfer the data across from your old one. Click the card on screen now to watch a video of mine showing you 10 easy ways to speed up your iPhone or iPad. If you have any questions, then let me know in the comments below, and if you did find today's video helpful, remember to leave a like and feel free to subscribe for more tips in the future. Be sure to stick around to see some of my other videos that you might be interested in. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in another video.